Hey, what's up? At your feet on the street, your favorite cryptid hunter, JR, and you found your way to the Scot-Free podcast. And man, I gotta let you know, we got significant amounts of adult topics here. Some discussion is just not suitable for all the kiddos. If it gets too hot, take a break. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scot-Free, the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition podcast, where we have our wonderful players, Dot, Bub, and Trek. What's up?
It's good to be back.
Yep, I'm excited.
Me too. I really enjoyed your Anarchs so far. They're beautifully chaotic and a little bit airheaded, I feel.
Candy doesn't even know what Anarch means. She's just like, why do we have to keep labeling ourselves?
Noseefuratoo, Anarchs.
Noseefuratoo's and Anarchs, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. So for those of you on the podcast side of this, we do these in like pairs. So we're coming right off the energy of the last one, basically, which is a beautiful place to be. So I'm really excited. Is there anything we need to tell people? Oh, yeah. Support us on Patreon. Does that count? We good?
It does.
Hell yeah. All right. I feel like people are raring to go, so I'm just going to dive into it. Let's bring it all together. Find out what our Anarchs are doing in Gary tonight. It has been not very long. And a lot has already happened. They found the Mothman, they found an informant in Gary, and they are now crammed back into that Cadillac, headed over to 49th Street, where they are aware of some thin blood drug dealers and their supposed leader, Tiffany, which I think I gave you the wrong name last time. But
what's the name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Oh, it's a woman.
Yes.
It's supposed to be Vanessa.
Oh yeah. I
Who signed the letter
names.
in the severed head?
It was signed. The severed head letter was signed by the real Lucianos. Tiffany is not a name that you associate with a Luciano crime family member. No, she doesn't. But yes, as you pull up on 49th Street, it becomes immediately obvious which house is the drug dealer's house, because it's the one where people are coming in and out, and it is the one with the most crap on the lawn. And
Because they're really not hiding it, huh?
I mean, it's like a frat party.
Yeah, no, I guess best disguise is in plain sight.
I mean, it does technically match the surrounding area of Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. Utter crap. Okay, let's do this. Again, going in peaceful, sneaking in. How are we feeling? What do you think, Candy?
I mean, we're like, what are we expecting? Like, one per two? Is you said? I mean, is it?
Well, like,
What was the situation? Is it? Are there lights
there's
on?
lights on. Yeah, for sure. It's very clearly a place that's inhabited.
do we see goons?
I think you probably see one person on the porch smoking, and then like several people inside.
Okay, but like, correct me if I'm wrong. They sent us an invitation in the shape of a severed head. So, like, I feel like I can just simply walk up there and introduce myself.
That should be fun. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And I immediately click the door open, grab my handbag, Oscar, and call him to get in the purse. And I was like, I'll be right back. And I just like click clack across the street straight up to this like sketchy lawn.
Ikemba makes no movement to get up and follow. He just sits there and watches her.
She's not like us. She will suffer if she gets shot.
Yeah.
They will. Ikemba, they will shoot her.
The person.
Okay, so do you wanna go?
Yeah. We should probably like at least
let's go.
Back her up a little bit.
Excuse me, sir, on the porch.
The person like lazily takes the blunt out of their mouth and like looks you up and down.
I am so sorry to disturb you in your moment of peace and quiet, but me and my friends here are lost.
Oh, well, you're probably in the wrong place then. What do you need?
I don't know. We're looking for a little bit of trouble.
Oh, well, if you've got the cash to pay for trouble.
I'm currently walking in Prada on the streets of Gary, Indiana. Cash is of no issue.
Well, you know what? I'll make it cheap for you. A crisp $100 bill, and you can go inside and ask directions.
Well, Mr. Cheap, sir, do you have a name?
Dennis.
Dennis.
Definitely not his real name.
Listen, Dennis. I'll do you more than just $100 bill. I'll give you 2 if you come over here and open the door for me and introduce me to Tiffany.
So you know Tiffany. Okay.
Well, like, not yet, but I'd like to.
Of course. All right. And he stands up, brushes off, like, ashes from his lap, and puts out a palm.
Candy looks him up and down, and she does not reach into the bag. She reaches into her shirt and pulls out a couple crisp $100 bills. She goes, okay.
He like
lead the way.
Snaps them taut and like looks through them into a light. And
oh, honey, don't worry. I don't do counterfeit. Tacky.
Fantastic. And he tucks them into his shirt and then opens the door for you and bows.
This is there with me.
Of course they are.
I just wave.
Tiffany, you got friends.
Yes, Tiffany, friends.
And you hear from a distant room at the back, oh my god! Who is it?
Do I, like, know this bitch's voice?
I mean, you probably know 50 people who sound like that.
Okay, and I go, oh my god, is that Tiffany?
Who am I listening to right now?
Oh my god, I'm Candy.
Candy? Oh my god, I know you! Get in here, girl!
Okay, do I know her?
No.
Okay, great, this is Mean Girl Antics. Oh my god. Yeah. You look so good.
And you see a woman who's probably about the same height. She has like bleached hair, so it's like platinum blonde kind of color. It's either a wig or it's like very horribly bleached, like a crop top and like a mini skirt, and like tattooed all over, and is like has a little clutch bag, and like to Ikemba and JR, you see a mirror right down the middle between these two.
Kind of double take with Ikemba, like
Tiffany.
This is terrifying.
What's happening?
I have come such a long way to see you.
Candy, sit down. You get the best in the house.
Okay. I sit. These are my associates.
Oh, very, very handsome gentlemen. What are your names?
I'm Goon 1.
Goon 2.
Oh my god, like from Dr. Seuss. Oh, you run with an entourage. That's so adorable.
I guess you do too, because, you know, the polite gentleman on the porch only had good things to say about you.
Oh, he just plays with people. He's a sweetheart. Trey, honey. Make sure just close the door.
It's not Dennis.
Who is Dennis? Was he being rude? Was he being rude to you?
Trust me, he was nothing but so nice. Okay, so like, I'd really like to talk some business, Tiffany.
Oh, of course.
Oh, like the diamond.
Oh, well, step into my office and I will set you right up, honey.
You know, I have to say, you have like fantastic nails to have just decapitated someone.
Thank you so much. I worked really hard on these and I didn't want to get blood under them. Who
I can
has
totally
been decapitated though? Because that's been a while.
Oh, you didn't like send the gift basket?
Unless they had muffins in them? No.
Okay, it definitely did not, unless you consider, you know, a head, a muffin. But I'm looking for the person, like, who did. Because I heard, between us girls and my goons, you're running drugs in town.
Are they saying that about me?
They are. And here's the problem, Tiffany. I'm running drugs in this town.
Well, and don't take this the wrong way. You are gorgeous. You clearly have boss bitch energy. I love it. You come in here, you show everyone what's what, and I love that. Gotta say, you don't run anything. And like, I might have heard a few candies, but they're strippers. So, like, working at, you know, Tires by Night? Working out of there. Lovely girls. I thought that was you. I'm so sorry.
Tiffany, you and I both know they spell it with an I, like you do your name, of course. I'm with a Y.
I can't
That
quite
being
hear
said,
the I or the Y. It's my accent. I'm so sorry.
that being said, I am, like, interested in somebody in town that would ruin their Manny to take somebody's head. And if it wasn't you, then I was hoping you could be a doll and, like, point me in the right direction.
You're going to need to roll me a manipulation and...
Like, I'll be persuasive. I'm not technically lying.
Yeah, that is true. And you're not trying to scare her into this. You're just, like, using bad, mean girl
Please.
antics. So, yeah. Manipulation, persuasion.
I got, like, 3.
3 is a good place to be. So, she's like, I feel like we're getting off on the wrong foot here. And she sits you down in, like, the scummiest looking sofa with just, like, ashtrays full of stuff. And, like, the TV is blaring. She turns that off, kicks out a bunch of druggies, and is like, tidy the place up later. But it suits you. So, I heard that all of the drugs found here, and we gotta stick together. You owe me a little favor, and I can get you in good with Big Danny.
I'm sorry, did you say Big Daddy?
Big Danny.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
I've had a Big Daddy before, you know what I'm saying? No, thank you. Not again. Okay, so...
Well, he
Big
is kind of the
Danny.
drug daddy around here.
Well, maybe it's time for Mama to step up. So tell me about this Big Danny. What makes him so big?
Well, I heard he used to work for the Lucianos. And he was important, but he found a new boss. And if you're looking to kind of cut him off, I can't really let you do that because we've got a good relationship going on.
Mm-hmm. So, Tiffany, between us, like bad bitches and my goons,
Of course.
you and I both know that this is going to end like one of two ways. He's either like going to willingly make a business deal to begin moving my stuff, and I will like welcome him back into the Luciano family. Or he's going to choose to do it the hard way, which means I'll just like remove him and then still move my drugs through Gary. So let me make you like a counteroffer. When Big Danny has decided to come back or not to the Luciano family, I'll provide you the drugs you need to like continue doing what you're doing. And I'll do it with a bad bitch attitude and a little bit of style.
If you are going to be the new bad bitch boss around here, and us girls can do anything, so of course, I have a counter proposal.
Oh, a counter offer to like the counter offer.
Yes. I need some people dead. I don't know if you've heard, but there's like a war going on, and I'm not directly involved. But like my friends and my friends.
Okay, like who is it?
There's this guy called Oscar over in the center of town, and he has been a pain in my backside for as long as I've tried to be setting this up.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to treat you to a day spa in Chicago. Like, you just need to, like, get out of these vibes. It's so bad vibes. And girl, hire yourself a house cleaner, okay? Number 3, I will make sure your little Oscar problem, like, just disappears so that when you return after, you know, your full body massage and a good hot stone therapy treatment, the only Oscar you have to worry about is this cute little pooch on the couch.
Your baby's called Oscar? I much prefer him.
Most people do. He's my little handsome boy. That being said, if it suits you, I'll just have Oscar eat the other Oscar's face and you never have to think about it again.
You would do that? Big Daddy says I can't do it, but honestly...
Why?
He never explained.
Tiffany, when's your birthday?
I am August 1st.
And let me guess, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. As somebody who is older than you by like a few weeks, let me just tell you, you really have got to stop making deals with men who call themselves big anything, because we all know that it is overcompensation. And the only big energy in the room needs to be yours. So I'm going to help you out and get rid of this Big Daddy, get rid of your Oscar problem, and you'll be free out from underneath all these skeezy men, no offense goons, for you to move up and on.
I love that. And honestly, I think you're right. He gave weird dick energy.
You know, that is the second time I've heard that tonight. It's got to be something in the water. And Gary, supposedly the Mothman also has a strange penis.
I want to see it.
Yeah, me too. Have you met Goon number 2?
Oh, hello.
Goon number 2 is currently, what is it? It's like a documentary, right? Or something, babe? About the Mothman. He's going to get penis proof.
I run a podcast called Candlelight Cast. We cover cryptids and things like that. Like Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey Devil.
And that's your hobby?
Bigfoot.
I know.
It's actually it's actually a job at this point. But yeah, yes,
That's cute. And she looks over at Candy like,
it is.
Oh.
I firmly believe that, everybody deserves a hobby.
I hate my life.
Have you met Bruce?
Ikemba's just grinning the entire time, just watching this whole interaction.
And who are you?
Oh, me. Goon 1 is fine.
And Goon, what can I get you?
Oh, nothing, honestly. It's just been nice being around such big energy.
That's so sweet of you.
They're really good at what they do.
You have excellent goons. I am jealous.
Well, don't be. The rest of them have, ditched me in the wake of all this Gary nonsense. Can you believe that? They just were like, oh, I'm scared, I'm leaving.
They'll see the light. I'm sure of it.
The light of Candy. I like it. It's almost like a cult.
Like the candlelight of Candy. Just
Okay.
thought of that.
Tiffany, as much as I want to sit here and totally open a bottle of Chardonnay with you, I have to go because if I'm going to deal with your Oscar problem and the Big Danny problem, and honestly, the time I need to spend with Big Danny is deep and personal. So I have to go solve that problem, but I'll be back.
Of course, honey. And I mean, I couldn't drink it anyway. She points to her teeth. She's a vampire.
I've seen plenty of vampires drink wine. And who cares if you throw up afterwards? I usually do that anyways.
You're going to have to teach me that trick.
Okay. It's been lovely to meet you, Tiffany. I've got to figure out whoever does your nails because they are fabulous. Oscar, get in the bag. Goons, are you ready to go?
I think
Yeah.
very much like a classic goon. He kind of crouches down to Candy's level and just goes, "Ma'am, do we want to ask them why they're fighting with the other gang?"
I guess. So it seems important for us to know why you're in a squabbly war. Though nobody's wearing camo. I don't get it.
Okay. So the lowdown is that, and I learned this from a wonderful guy named Bruce, the Bravos. You know Bruce? Oh my God.
We know
such
Bruce.
A sweetheart. So he says that the Oscar works for the Bravos, okay? And he sells drugs from this guy called Sean. And Sean and the Bravos made a deal to distribute. And from there, this other group called the Silken Gauntlet, they started beef just out of nowhere. Just turned on the Bravos, and now the two of them, and I'm sort of with Silk Gauntlet, but not really. It's just like a whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And so those two are fighting each other, and it's gotten a bit messy. But basically, me and the Bravos, we're both in the drug deal, and there's not a lot of room in this city anymore.
Do you know what I'm hearing? That all of you need one source and need to work together to, reclaim this city, because you can fight all you want. But the fact of the matter is, while you're fighting, I'll be monopolizing. So
if you
I'll make
manage to
sure
pull
to
it
talk
off,
to Sean and these Bravos or whatever, considering the fact they're running my drugs, Tiffany. As for Oscar, I'll assure he's not in your hair anymore, but the easiest way to do that is just jump on board the candy trade, too.
you're going to there's a calculation going on in our head that you see, and I would like you to roll charisma streetwise.
Ooh, right. That's not okay. Oh my God.
Just to see where she lands.
Have a critical.
Oh, damn.
Instead of
Oh
6.
shit, okay. And you see her pause for a moment. And she's like, okay, well, I was going to have you killed, but
Thank you for your honesty.
it's the trade. If you can get rid of Oscar and get me a much better supply of drugs than Big Danny, then I am all on board. Toot toot.
What's your beef with Oscar?
He killed some of my thin bloods.
He's a thin blood killer.
Yes. And it's so weird that they're selling your drugs. Because I've never heard that before.
Well, you're in the know now, Tiffany. Welcome to the Girls Club.
Amazing.
Is Oscar important to the 40, not 40,
The Bravos?
the other,
The Bravos.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the way I understand it, everyone who's anything is important around here because there's just so few kindred left. I managed to avoid all the lupines because they don't smell me, apparently. Although I picked the best perfume for the night. I just wanted to go under the radar. But everyone who's got a little bit of money in their pocket is important to every gang around here because they're just running out of people. Mortals, dime a dozen. Kindred.
We'll get kindred. And the good news is I have a lot of money in my pocket, not just a little.
Oh.
Not as a brag or a flex or whatever it is people do, but more to remind you that, like, in the end, if everybody's in one person's pocket, we're all so much happier.
Okay, well, I'm going to be super duper honest with you then. I won't let Big Danny know that you're coming. And you can have his phone number and his location of his warehouse.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be so sweet of you. Do you just, like, happen to know how many goons he has?
I've seen a lot. Like, at least 20.
And does, like, Big Danny like to do anything outside of his little warehouse?
I don't know. I only really
Well,
do
how about
business.
this? Let's trade digits. And if you think of anything else we should know about Danny, give me a call.
That would be perfect. Do you want any drugs while you're here?
I'll do you one better. Why don't I leave you some of my drugs on the house? And Katie will just reach into the bag and whatever she's got rolling around, from like a bag full of X to like a little bit of Coke and like, a small bag, of weed. She just kind of plops it all and she's like, give it a try. And I promise you, you're going to find that it is so much better than whatever nasty business Big Danny is selling you. Plus, out of a warehouse, ew.
She looks and shuffles through and everything, and she's so happy. Anyone can do a wits insight.
So I got 3 successes.
Okay. With 3, you notice that as she inspects these drugs, she rubs a finger over one of the symbols printed on it, like from the drug dealer who stamped it. And she pauses on that for a moment before she puts everything away.
Why did you do that?
Well, I've got to keep them safe from intruders.
Happen a lot? You get a lot of intruders?
I just put them away because it's safer that way. You don't want cops coming around. If anyone sees anything out, that's bad for business. People steal from me. She's clearly misdirecting you.
Yeah, I don't fucking believe that. She's playing you, Candy.
Well, yeah, duh. That's kind of like the game.
I've been honest.
And we traded digits, and at least we got information, so we're gonna say thank you for that, Tiffany. I'll let it skirt that maybe you wanted to try to kill me, though. It's been a while since I've had a proper assassination attempt, so keep working on that.
Oh my god, thank you. I'll prepare something special next time.
I look forward to the next time we meet. Ikemba, JR, should we? It's kind of in here.
Let's head out.
Let's stand. Leaves.
Thank you, Tiffany.
As soon as we get to the car and the door closes, I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine that is who we're going to meet walking into that house? Like, girl, step up your game. Everything that you do represents you, from who you walk through the door with, what you're wearing, how you conduct your business, and like where you do it. Ew.
I mean, like you said, it really fits where we are.
And what is with this Oscar guy? Seems really obsessed. She said he like killed some people, but like, I mean, Ikemba, you killed my dad, and here we are. Like, get over it.
I'm assuming the kills weren't as well placed as mine was. I can deal with Oscar. I think we can do that pretty
Well,
easily.
so here's the thing, right? If it's true that like Sean is feeding them our stuff, if we go and like try to kill Oscar, it kind of messes with the food chain or whatever. Like, we can't kill one of our own, especially if he's running for these Bravos.
Okay. Well, I can talk to Oscar then.
Why don't we just wipe out the Bravos?
Well, because they're currently like making money for us.
Are they? Sounds like they're making problems for us.
Look, it seems like
They're taking drugs from
everybody
Sean.
and Gary has a little bit of like a chip on their shoulder. And so I say we come in as like a ray of sunshine, remind them why we all need to be on the same side. And then, I just sprinkle money on top. As for Big Daddy.
Yeah, it's just a Band-Aid though, right? It's a Band-Aid.
Yes, but the Band-Aid will stick at least long enough for us to let the wound heal a little bit, so I can like come through and kiss and make it better.
All right, just as long as you're aware that Candy's that Tiffany's playing you.
Oh, well, like, yeah, duh. She had catty bitch written across her forehead like the moment we walked through the door.
Well, she wiped your seal. She wiped the Luciano seal like right off the drugs.
That's okay, whatever.
All right.
So what? And between all of us, that was the Scomblies at the bottom of last shipment, so she didn't really get the best stuff. But she doesn't have to know that. It's all about making them feel special.
What's next?
Well, I was thinking like B&E and a little light torture.
Okay. Isn't Tim supposed to be meeting us? What's that about?
Like, do I have like a date and time to meet Tim? Like, what's the...
I feel like Tim probably said that he was looking into the transport smuggling network that he runs for you. So he was going to get back to you like when he had something concrete.
So like Tim will text. He's really good about that, but he says, not until he has something or whatever. So it's going to be like a little bit. So we have some time to fill. We could like, find some eats or track down Big Daddy's warehouse and like torture him.
I say we move forward so we're not finding Oscar, going straight to Big Daddy.
Well, I maybe see what JR's leaning at because like Tim has a lot of guns.
Oh, I'm not much of a gun person anyway, so it doesn't make too much of a difference for me.
I mean,
what do you think? What do you think, Andy? Maybe it's time to tap the goons here, right? Like lean on what they've got. What do you think, Andy and Scott? Scott, you were looking to get back in the field. You looking to get your hands dirty? What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, you were over talking. Sounds like kill Big Danny, kill Oscar, and find where your drugs are. I don't know.
Seems pretty straightforward. Are you trying to get back in the field? You wanna get your hands dirty, Scott? You can't just sleep on Candy's couch all the time.
Says who?
Why, I'd imagine Candy.
I mean, I can get you like a bed, but you haven't really earned it.
Okay, what do you want?
Okay, so here's the deal, right? So this guy named Big Danny is the one who sent us a little care package of the severed head. So I'm looking for a way to stake my claim. while also inflicting the most amount of pain. So I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kidnap Big Danny.
Kidnap?
Or Big Nap.
Okay, no, but like, why would you kidnap him when you can just kill him and get rid of your problems?
Well, because death is easy. And
yeah, that's why we do it.
I can't make a point if he's not left to crawl back to his goons.
He betrayed you. Why would you let that
Precisely why there will be
stand?
pain. Scott, you like trained or like what did you do before all of this?
I was an info broker.
Was that exciting?
Yeah, till I got caught by vampire hunters.
Did you like train for that or something, like school or after hours program?
No, didn't train. I just had lots of experience.
So you want to know a little fact about Candy?
Go on then.
After my mother died and my dad never really came to terms with not having a son, he used to drag me along on these little trips, right? And then we'd show up at some sketchy warehouse and there'd be a guy tied to a chair or hanging from a ceiling, and I'd sit for hours and watch my father dismember or torture people until, let's say, they got the information they needed. And in all that time, do you know what I learned?
That fingers break easy?
No, I did learn that too. That's a good point. No. I learned that you only get what you need from the person as long as they're alive. The moment you kill them, it's done. Big Danny has so much information that I need. And how do you plan for me to get it from him if I simply fucking kill him? So I need to spend some time with him. I want to get to know him.
You seem to have scared Scott. And he just kind of shuts up and nods at you.
So,
okay.
Use all that really big smart brain intel and all of that experience to help us figure out how the fuck to kidnap Big Danny. Please.
Gotcha. Okay. You wanna kidnap a mobster? Find out where he's gonna be. You know what? I'll make some calls and find out where he's gonna be. I might have some people I can lean on.
Now, Scott, that's an A++ idea.
Because you've got his workplace, right? That the warehouse or something, like where all the drugs you want are.
But he has a lot of goons.
Exactly. So don't do it there.
What, are you gonna sleep with his assistant to get his itinerary or something?
That's a good idea.
Okay, we'll start working on it.
That's a good idea.
Scott, oh my god.
I'll make those calls.
Okay.
Fucking Mothman.
Is
Sava.
Mothman.
We could get Sava.
to do what?
To sleep with an assistant?
He's not that handsome. His beard's patchy.
No. Stop. Sava, he can do the shadow thing where you step in and out of shadows.
That's
okay.
Scary.
And we're trusting Sava because...
And Big Danny has a big shadow, so
Or, yeah, that, and he's in a warehouse.
But yeah, the warehouse part probably is... But again, we're trusting Sava because...
he's here. He's trying to do some stuff for the Camarilla. He's working with Bruce. And so far, they've been kind of out. Plus, I did just find out that Sava listens to my podcast. So, he can't be all that bad, right? Can't be all that bad.
I'll keep Sava company when he does this.
I like this. This seems safer.
And then we take Big Danny to the safest place in the city.
Where's that?
The tire shop.
Oh, the tire shop.
Oh my god, nobody listened to me.
Of course. No. It's a great plan. I love it. I will find out where Danny likes to be, when he's not at home or at work. Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Still no fucking Mothman. God damn it.
I'm so tired of hearing about this fucking Mothman. Like, what does he have that we don't?
Wings?
Hey, don't bring me
I don't
into
know.
this. A man can have their hobbies.
Glowing red eyes. A following.
I have a following.
Name 5.
People in this car. Okay, fine. And Oscar.
Oscar's not a person, and that guy's getting paid.
Well,
he gets paid?
Okay. He gets paid well. Shut up, Scott. He gets paid like super well. So, you have no complaints, do you, Eddie? Wait, is that your name? What's his name?
Andy. His name is Andy.
Did Dot really try just then? That's perfect.
That's honestly great.
In the rear view mirror, you just see the dude just roll his eyes like, yes, ma'am.
And, there's Sava. He likes me.
He fucked us over. He doesn't like you.
Which means at least
stepping.
we're at the forefront of his mind. And he's made a new friend, Tiffany. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tiffany is not a fucking friend.
We just have different, understandings of friendship. We just made a lifelong friendship will be based entirely off catty girl bullshit. But I live for that. It, feeds my soul. It's been a long time, high school, junior year, since I've had, a proper mean girl aesthetic. And somebody to at least lash out with at it. So Tiffany is really just checking all the boxes.
I have so many concerns, but you have still not proven to me that you have 5 devout followers.
The Bravos, they're devout followers of our drugs. My drugs.
Oh my fucking God.
And truth be told, we all know that Ikemba is the more charismatic of all of us, and people tend to rally behind his, rebellious attitude. So, he's here. Maybe he could get more kindred, on the candy train. Toot toot.
I could definitely do that.
See? So amenable. Thank you, Ikemba.
Every leader needs a mouthpiece. I'll be happy to do that.
You love mouthpieces, JR. They're perfect for your podcast.
I want to go literally anywhere else in the world right now than this truck.
Would you like the front seat? I can make Scott move.
Now, it's just late enough. I think tire shop sounds nice. I think I'm going to walk there.
By yourself?
Yes, I am a grown-ass man with a lot of problems and an extreme desire to find Mothman, and nobody wants to be a part of it.
But, what if somebody kidnaps you?
I would fucking love to see them try.
Now you're in a roleplay too. Do you tell me nothing?
I tell you everything, and you
well,
hate
if
it.
you would prefer to walk instead of, sit next to us in the car, that's fine. I can't stop you. It's whatever.
I think right now I might like that. It's air, it's night air. Plus Eddie up there, I bet he's living life right now.
I'm just saying, when the booty texts come at 2 a.m., we'll know what you're actually missing. But go ahead, go on your little walk. Bye.
He gets out of the car and angrily shuts the Cadillac door.
It's fine, Ikemba. I only need 4 followers, anyways. 5's an odd number.
He's clearly not really devoted to you. It's fine.
Thank you.
I'm right outside the car. I'm literally outside the car.
I roll the window down on this limo Escalade and I go, I thought you were walking.
And fuck you guys.
I've already done that. Window up.
Scott gets back in the car. He closes his phone because he's been making these calls for you, and he takes that as the perfect point to just start rolling the car forward and away.
As we're rolling by, I say, Hope he doesn't run into any werewolves. That'd be
Oh my god.
awkward.
He's such a snack, though. They would eat him up.
He can look after himself. He's a grown man with problems.
Yeah, he's totally a grown man. It's fine. I don't even care.
Okay. Ikemba, are you starting by looking for Sava?
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the kind of the game plan, to try and find Sava.
Okay.
And I think you might be wrong about this, but especially when you mention that he's an information broker, I think we traded contacts.
With Scott?
I don't remember. It probably was Scott. I think it was Scott. Yeah. So no, it wasn't with Sava. Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, I want to try and see if I can get hold of Sava somehow.
Roll me a roll me a intelligence investigation. 2 successes. Right. So you start looking up and hitting up your contacts. When you get a call from Mr. Silver, your ghoul.
Silver?
You're not in Chicago anymore.
Ooh, you're getting much better at that. I thought it would take a day or two. Yeah, I'm not.
I
Do you
am.
want to guess where I am now?
So, from what I've heard, you're looking for a little bit of chaos. I know who you met with the other day. And I also know that they hang out at an airport in Gary. So I'm guessing you're going to Gary.
Ooh, close. I'm already in Gary.
Fuck.
Then I'm going to Gary too. I will catch you.
We'll see.
Have you heard of the reports? All the weird disappearances? Was that you?
Weird disappearances. Me? No. But I am very curious about what these are. What are these reports you've heard?
Mothman.
Have you been listening to a podcast recently?
No. Yes.
Okay. What else? Okay, yeah. I've heard nothing but Mothman these past few hours. Okay, yes. Mothman's connected to these disappearances somehow, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, and I did my own investigating. Mothman lives in one of the old steel mills. Right by the lake. Pinpointed it.
Oh. Okay. Well, surprisingly, that's been pretty useful. I will give you a bit of an advantage when you try to catch me. So it's a little bit easier for you. As a reward.
Oh, yeah? I can make it to Gary in under an hour, so you best be prepared. And then he hangs up.
Ikemba's grinning from ear to ear in this entire conversation and then turns to Candy. There is a old steel mill by the lake, I believe. We can find Sava there.
Perfect. Andy, could you take us to the lake with the warehouse? Do you have an address?
I'd imagine I can quickly look up the exact address. Yeah, I'll hand it over to Andy.
You're the best. Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome, ma'am. Audibly sighs and revs up the car.
What, I got his name right this time?
It's improving, honestly. We should really talk, because I would love to work and help you with preventing more treason, for lack of a better term, from happening in your ranks.
I like to call it, not treason. That's very harsh. It's kind of like, natural change. Yeah, natural change. So, maybe you can help me with the natural change of employees coming, in and out of my business so that there's less change and more loyalty.
Yeah, I run a gang. It's rather small in Chicago. But
Do they like money?
Oh, they love money. but I don't have much of it. Yeah, I still keep their loyalty. There are tricks to doing that kind of
Well,
stuff.
how about this, Ikemba? Let's just make this like super duper easy. You tell me like how much money you would need to say write your gang on as permanent goons for the Candy Squad.
Okay. After this little mission we're going on, I'll think of a figure.
Okay. You should make it big.
Oh, I will.
Okay. Well, that's one problem solved. I'm feeling so much better, and JR thought I didn't have followers. You can buy just about anything, except for class. You either got it or you don't.
Ikemba just laughs as Andy takes us to goes along their way.
Yeah, it takes, because you are currently on the almost the opposite side of Gary to this steel mill. It takes a while, almost an hour, for you to get to this steel mill. And it's abandoned. It's like got various railway style tracks for like carts and stuff leading in and out. And it is not particularly secure. There's like one of those fences around it, but you can hop it. You can get around real easy. And this dilapidated steel mill is in front of you.
Do we like see goons and stuff? Are there lights
There's no
on?
goons.
This is just Sava's place.
Oh, right, because this is Sava's place, not the other warehouse.
Yeah.
Well, so the last time I checked, we're looking for like a hook, hand, some red eyes. He likes rooftops.
And you know what? There's no point in me making you do a wits awareness roll because he's incredibly sneaky. So instead, you walk into the warehouse. And as you go inside, the door slams shut behind you. And from the rafters, there's like a spooky, shadowy corner with two piercing, glowing red eyes in it. And he's like, "Everybody, leave me alone this evening."
Sava, we're just here for hugs and to have a little chit chat. Come down from the rafters, put your red eyes away. I got a hug for you.
Fuck's sake. Oh, okay, fine. And he slowly like hops down these, storage units for all the way to the bottom. And like he emerges from the shadows, which mystically swoop away from him. And his eyes stop glowing. He flicks the light switch and he's like, "What do you want?"
I immediately look to Ikemba. So, Ikemba, what do we want?
We need your particular set of skills, especially with the shadows. We're going to be kidnapping someone.
Mm-hmm. Shadow napping.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Right.
He's big, though.
A big guy.
Mm-hmm.
At least by name.
Big guy, big shadow.
Like maybe you know him. They call him Big Danny.
Yeah, I think I have heard that name. As a drug dealer, right? Didn't he work for you?
He does work for me.
Good. Okay.
Let's just say he failed his 90-day review, so...
Well, you have to deal with things how you have to deal with them. That's okay. I can do torture, too.
Like me, too. You're perfect for this. You want to come with us, Sava?
Sure. Yeah.
There's going to be like a little shadow napping, a little torture.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. A couple points made along the way, and then,
I have a request. Please, just make my life much easier and tell the Anarchs, just in exchange for this little service, either you can owe me one, or you can just make my life easier and tell the Anarchs to stay the fuck out of Gary. Okay?
Ikemba, are these your Anarchs? Like, what are these? Who are these people?
I will owe you a favor, Sava.
Oh, shit, I like that. I have seen you and you are creepy and dangerous, which is my favorite kind of person.
You.
I'm creepy and dangerous.
I'm my favorite kind of person as well.
Okay. Oh, and he just like leans and cracks his like back and his arms and neck and stuff. And it's like, are we going now?
Yes, we have to like pick JR up on the way because he decided to walk, but it was like an hour drive. So he's like, I don't want him to get eaten by werewolves.
Why do you care?
I don't.
I don't want to podcast.
Ikemba looks at Candy when Saba says that.
It's a, like, valuable resource in my business.
Okay. I'm not a good people person, but that's... And he looks at Ikemba like, weird vibe, right?
Ikemba he's just a valuable resource.
Like, you listen to his podcast. I bet you didn't know there's like code words in there and stuff.
Yeah, that's the reason that I knew how to
that you're listening.
There.
Well, that's like the whole point. Well, I mean, for me, he has a passion.
I'm sure he does. Okay.
That being said, you know, I'm not like willing to lose anybody on the team tonight. So, and you know, unlike Daddy, if JR dies, there's no money for us. So,
okay. Well,
did you know there's no money in podcasting?
I could have guessed. I'm not really a...
Just think, I like taught you something tonight, Saba.
That's good. I'm not really a digital media kind of guy, but this is very interesting.
Well, you're gonna like be on his podcast. He still has to interview about the size of your penis.
We did not discuss my penis.
Yet. That's the whole point. Like, he has these theories about the Mothman's penis, and since you are obviously the Mothman.
Is public appearance is not my thing. Creepy photos on the internet, yes. Nude, no.
I mean, as many like weird cryptids, I would probably like to see a naked Mothman like centerfold. I think he's more going for like, you know, a one-on-one interview kind of a thing.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about Ikemba. While this conversation is going on, roll me a wits awareness.
Yeah.
Andy, the great distraction, only here to distract consistently.
My wits awareness is real bad. Let's see what I get here.
Remember, you can always rouse. Ooh.
Got one. Oh, God, I'll use. Can I use a willpower?
You can re-roll one dice with a willpower is the problem.
One die.
That's
hey,
3
no,
successes.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ikemba, as these two are having a conversation, you see the glint of a gun barrel from one of the doorways, and just before the bullet strikes your knee, you zip out of the way. And from that, you see Mr. Silver sprint burst through the door towards you.
Ikemba is absolutely laughing and cackling as he sees, he first looks down at where the bullet hit in the ground and over at Silver running towards him. And I think Ikemba's gonna, if I can, he's gonna like narrowly, like on purpose, narrowly dodge every grasp that Silver makes at him. Like just be close enough to tease him, but not close enough for him to make contact.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make a roll. Okay. Should be your dexterity, your athletics, and if you want to do a rouse check, you can add your celerity too.
6.
Holy shit. Okay. So, this is what plays out, basically. You can choose, obviously, whether or not to let Mr. Silver catch you. You have commanded him to try and catch you before he gets the blood he needs. He is entirely unable to do so. Unfortunately for you, this is where Sava lives. And so as you're dodging this, Sava gets out a very big knife and is about to crack open the skull of Mr. Silver. But you are also fast enough to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because I would have put Sava between me and said bullet. I would have screamed. And then I would have pushed Sava to be like, save me! Like, to trip him up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think definitely a case of like I'm dodging Silver's attempts at grasping me, and then I see Sava bring out the knife and I like put a hand to stop Sava, and I think in that moment Silver's able to get physical contact on me. And Ikemba just actually like practically giggling at this point. Like he's so just having so much fun, like a kid at a playground right now. But he's laughing, goes, "Okay, fair. You got me, Sabu. Don't worry. He's one of mine. It's fine."
That's a really weird dynamic you have. Is your gang member?
It's like a weird roleplay thing. Just.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just a game.
No yucking other people's yum. Sorry. Okay.
Actually, can I actually have that knife?
Big cleaver? Yes. I've got several others.
This is where it gets weird, Sava.
He kind of opens his trench coat, and you see what appear to be, for the viewers, Vera's ice picks.
Damn. Okay. Ikemba's going to pause for a moment and be like, "I'm going to need to ask where you got those from."
You won't want to try getting them from there, I tell you that much. Yes, so
Noted.
this guy, and he just kind of shoves Mr. Silver, who like has an ecstatic look on his face.
Yeah. I don't mind. I like people watching. An audience is fun. Open up, as I would take the knife that Sava gave me and use it to cut open the palm of my hand and feed my ghoul.
Okay. Do a rouse check, please.
One
Excellent.
success.
You don't get hungrier as you feed your ghoul, and like he wipes the blood from his face and smears red on across his cheek, and he's like, "Thank you. I do love our games."
You're getting better, I'll be honest. I thought at least a couple of days had passed before you figured out I was in Chicago anymore.
I have my sources. I'm not going to give them up until you find out who they are.
Okay.
But as I'm here, is there something you need me to do while I'm in Gary? Sir.
I like that, sir. Right now, no, but keep your phone on you.
Stay in Gary?
Yeah. Do you actually, if you can, and I want to write the address down of Bruce. Like, stay here. Things are kind of dangerous around here, and this is at least one of the only safe places I'm fully aware of. So stay here until then. I'll call you if I need you. Keep an eye out for werewolves.
Okay. Werewolves.
Like I said, Savo, weird.
Yes. Well, I've got... He checks his watch. I've got nothing else going on. So...
Well, let's get in the car and go pick up JR, and we have a place to stay tonight. It's like a sexy tire shop.
Fantastic. Okay, yes. Is that Vera's tire shop?
I don't know Avira. I know Sean.
Oh, yeah, Sean. That guy almost died or something.
Skinny, like cute, kind of, emo. Yeah, that's him.
I met him like once. It seemed like a bit of a prick, but whatever.
I mean, he's got that British vibe or whatever.
Oh, yes, that was his accent.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the brand on his chest? Sexy.
No. Brands.
You'll have to ask him to show you.
Yes. Us meeting will probably be quite difficult. I think he went to Chicago. That's what last I heard of Vera's coterie.
Who is this Vera?
She's like everyone's boss. She tried to take over Gary. I've been keeping tabs on them. We used to be friends.
Used to be friends. Sava, you're saying a lot of keywords. They're raising red flags for me right now.
It's just Gary is the way it is because of her. Okay?
Wait, so she's the one who did all this?
Rumor is she initiated all of the werewolf attacks. I don't know how she did it, Because
Is she a werewolf?
she is not a werewolf.
Interesting. So one woman and just her coterie destroyed an entire town.
Yes. No one to fuck
I
with.
really need to meet her.
I would love to meet her too.
Yes. Well, I mean, don't ask me.
Well, Sava, we are asking you. You're the only person in town we really know.
I will.
And we still
see
don't
if-
even know if we can trust you, technically.
Well, Vera trusts me, so maybe I'll get the message.
Well, I don't know Vera.
I'm trying to keep a low profile. I'll see what I can do. But first, kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
Right. Okay, so we have a location. There are 20 or plus goons inside of some warehouse somewhere. Tomorrow, we're going to meet up with the rest of our posse and pick up, some weapons or whatever before we go and kidnap him.
Okay.
Unless you think you could just do it tonight and bring him to the tire shop. I don't really know how you do the shadow thing.
Quickly. So, if
Can you bring a friend?
it's sometimes it's difficult. I don't know if you want to be taken through the Umbra.
I'm always happy to experience at least something new twice.
I went to a club called that one time. It was really nice.
It's not quite as lively. Okay. We'll see. So, at this point, you all go back to the car, and Scott kind of from the window waves. It's like, he'll be at a strip club tonight. Isn't that funny? Big Danny.
That's good. Plenty of shadows there.
Wait, he'll be at a strip club tonight?
Yeah, I think tonight, and he's got a meeting with a strip club owner tomorrow night. So, that's the word on the street. I don't know if you want to go have a rest. It's getting pretty close to sunup. So,
Ikemba.
Yes.
If we race the sun, let's just think about who we've got with us, right? Who's the biggest snack who's not in this car?
Well, you very narrowed it down almost immediately by saying not in this car, JR.
Okay, precisely. So, what if we send in JR to scoop out the situation, and then, we pay for him a private room or whatever, and then Sava can go into this shady little corner where they do whatever they do in strip clubs, and we can nap him.
Okay, yes. Maybe I go into that club and get a room. I think I might be easier talking my way out of trouble if I run into any.
Wait a second. I got it. You and JR go in, bro up the situation. I'll hand you some cash.
Bro
the
up.
three of
Okay.
you pay for a room for him. Be his bestie or whatever. And then throw some cash at the situation. That's what I do. And then we get him in private, and then Sava can come in and nap him.
Paying for someone else's stripper sounds weird, but you never know. It could work.
I mean, it's like a bro thing. You do that, right?
Maybe.
No, not at all. But it's the first time for everything.
Sure.
I think. It's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
So,
then here's a
why
better
not?
question. What if I paid for his strippers?
He might like that. I don't know.
Okay, I am worried that you will be killed. I was going to be upfront about it.
Oh.
If you go on your own, You
So
might.
cute, Ikemba, but he has no idea what I look like, I don't think.
yes, we don't know what he looks like either, or what he can do, or who
Big
really
face.
he is. He could be Kindred,
Ikemba.
Lupine,
If I
Could be.
walked up to you
He's immortal.
in a shadowy strip club
Mortal. Okay.
and offered you a private room where I was going to pay for the ladies, would you turn me down?
I would like to lie. I would say, no, I would never.
Is that
I'm-
subterfuge?
Yeah, do you want to contest this roll?
I want to see if I can tell if he's like, because here's the thing, Kenny
Manipulation
knows he'd say
subterfuge
yes.
versus
All right, you first.
wits insight.
3 successes.
All right, this will be hard for me to beat, but let's do it.
4 successes.
Damn. You beat it. Okay, yeah. You know, like there's definitely a very noticeable pause as it's almost like he's seeing his head as he thinks something and then as quick as he can stops his face from reacting to the thing he thought and goes, yeah, I would never turn you down.
Of course you wouldn't, Ikemba.
Okay. Do you want to go in and lure
I was
Big
just
Danny?
thinking, I'm innocent enough looking. And, he won't feel threatened to go into a private room with me and a bunch of half-naked ladies just in time for, Sava to pop out of the corner with his little hook hand. And then you and JR are waiting in the car for when Sava, returns so you can, manhandle him.
That works for me.
Sure.
We have to find JR, though. I'm getting a little worried.
That was my question. Are you headed to find JR or are you headed to the strip club?
Is it, all in the same direction?
Strip club
'Cause we have to go
seems
back
to be
into
in
town
the
for the
center
strip
of
club.
town. JR would be a little further out towards the east where Tires by Night is.
Is that where you were headed? You didn't tell us where you were headed, did you, bub?
Oh.
Well,
We
okay.
can't have gone
So
far. Well, me might have in an hour, but yeah.
let's just make the loop around and try to find JR because I am a little concerned that, he's an innocent soul. Somebody could just snatch him up.
We don't want to lose that important resource. Yeah, let's do that.
And with that, we'll go to that important resource. You have just stormed off from the car and they pulled away. And now you're alone in the street. How are you feeling?
Fuck. Pretty upset. He's pretty upset at the way things are going currently. I don't think she realizes that any of the money that's coming in right now is courtesy of this podcast. I don't think she sees this. I don't understand. I feel underappreciated. I do. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. I don't even know what I'm talking. There's nobody else here. Why am I fucking just walk in silence? It's fucking stupid. And he does. He'll walk in silence for a while.
Are you headed anywhere in particular? Tires by Night or somewhere in the center?
Probably Tires by Night. He's heard a little bit about this place, and he knows that inevitably he'll get found there, if anywhere.
Okay, so in that case, as you head out towards Tires by Night, it's on the way out of town, heading east, and it starts to get a little more sparse and a little less populated around that area. And once again, the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up, and you feel you look out on your map, and you're really close to Tires by Night.
I keep walking, but this time I'm like, if I'm gonna fucking die, I'm gonna record this. Somebody's gonna have to find it. So I break out the Tascam. I'm here walking the saddest fucking road, trying to find my way to some sort of hostel, and I can't seem to shake. Can't seem to shake it. Everywhere I look, I always feel as if there's some eyes that are draped over the top of me without my permission. Zero consent offered at any point whatsoever. But hey, it's the nature, right? These streets, they're watching constantly. So if I'm not found, maybe it's Mothman. Perhaps it's, I don't know, a vampire. Maybe werewolf. Maybe Santa Claus at this point. But if I'm dead, someone will find this. Share it all over the internet. Let them know that some spooky shit's happening in Gary.
Off the side of the road that you're walking down, you see, just for a moment, you feel like you see that shadow with the 2 red eyes.
He'll stop. Sava?
There's a low growl.
That's not Sava. I'm in the wrong neighborhood. He's going to rouse and start sprinting and back into the city.
And that is the perfect time to end this episode. Thank you everyone for listening, for watching. We will catch you next time on Scot Free.